Now it's been hard.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, now.
Perfect.
Now it's been hard.
Wow, Rick.
Look up and see sun, I'm beaming, stepping on Beatles, announcing European reasons like Carpe Diem, passing over Agena for my genius, piece the reason, cold, no matter the season, a hot boy and a but easy, believe me, from juvenile to the now, left hold I line to the now, still can't get down with the now, my past the perfect renounce, man, loose to this ground, that's only diamonds allowed, that's been forever my style, that's why she keep me up, now hear me don't play, right, square flipper, I'll say, that get jail off in these streets, need repeat to need my peace, don't want peace, we need the whole pie. I break that thing down my box. Got them dogs under my eyes. I be lying, this wasn't nice. What you mean, even the eyes, boy? Everything here, eyes, boy. Where the fuck come try luck? That everything still eyes, boy. Ride out like a house seat. Isolation that bother me. Spin a block, hit it with the top. Everybody eyes and then see. That's hot, boy. I can feel it. At the head first, and I feel it. I'm a big dog, fuck you. Festival, I've been feeling tough. Top 5 on top 3. Only girl rappers on top me. Keep 2 E's on top C. I see who's stay top B. Kiss me when I'm dreaming, fuck me when I'm rolling. I've been on the go, don't know where I'm going. Kiss me when I'm dreaming, fuck me when I'm rolling. Kiss me when I'm dreaming, fuck me when I'm rolling.
I just left my man at home, my girl he's trying to wild out. Muscle with your hands, if you nasty, you can find out. Let it dummy try me, we gon' beat the bitches lines out. Drop a pin spin, we gon' pull a bag and hide out. I just left my man at home, my girl he's trying to wild out. Muscle with your hands, if you nasty, you can find out. Let it dummy try me, we gon' beat the bitches lines out. Drop a pin spin, we gon' pull a bag and hide out.
I'm in the Chevy, autos got 2 lanes. Always playing games just for the game. Heard them to say they love to say my name. Papa B, Polly pop the bean. Know how asking me, born to leave. Pulling from the streets, you already no time for now. So I like this wild, this your jam for a while. I'm on the day, let me tap up in and watch some motivate. I'm broke for shit, know the purpose shit. Please stop burping, bake, percolate. When you do, don't want this working it. No worries up, I just got a clock and I'm working it. Serving ya, nigga, what you want? Like you purchased it, what you want? Baby like the rock, when she twerking it, so fuck 'em up. Lose your self-esteem when you ride with this big dog. Didn't give a damn about who your artist is. I'm pissed off, faking like you love her. Why not call it quits? I'm so fine, feeling a little baby. That's a diamond dick. You know my tick, I'm filled up back in blood. Bitch, I'm from the mud. Kiss me when I'm dreaming, fuck me when I'm rolling. Kiss me when I'm dreaming, fuck me when I'm rolling. Kiss me when I'm dreaming, fuck me when I'm rolling. I've been on the go, don't know where I'm going.
Welcome to Deport Entertainment. I'm here with my boy Blake. This is where we import knowledge entertainment, where we interview, anyone that has something to share, anyone that got music, that's got art, anything that, they want to express. They're welcome here. So if you're one of them, come through. But today, we're here with Blake. We're going to get to know Blake a little more. Blake, thank you for coming through.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yeah, we made it, man.
Finally.
So I've been knowing you for a minute, man. We met at Dalek here in Philly. Yeah. That's where we at. So if you're watching this, in India, wherever you're watching it, we're in Philly.
West side of the
Yeah. But tell us a little bit about, are you from Philly?
Yeah, so long story, I'm from Philly. I was born in D.C., born in Georgetown Hospital. One of the only black babies there at the time. My mom told me that all the time. So then we bounced here to Philly. We was here for a little bit, bounced around all over. I've been in New York, was in Arizona, but I really spent most of my time here in Philly, then bounced all over while I was in Philly, so.
But overall, mainly Philly?
Mainly Philly,
So
yeah.
Philly made you?
Philly definitely made me, yeah. It's the bread and butter. It's all in my blood. It's all my soul.
Yeah. And as an artist, you feel like it has a big impact on you?
Of course. I feel like that's where my artistry and my root in general just comes from, is Philly. Like the good, the bad, the misunderstood, that's all of me, how I carry myself in my art, the authenticity, all that, that's Philly.
There's something in the water in Philly, because there's a lot of creativity, there's a lot of people that have made it from Philly.
Yeah.
Like, we can go back in time and just name so many people, right?
Bro, even from my school, like I went to Kappa for high school, and it's a who's list. You can go back in the day from boys to men, Jasmine Sullivan. But even you look now, you got like Mitchell Edwards. You watch this stuff on Netflix, man, and Jerry Johnson, a whole bunch of them like ballers. Me, of course, man.
Damn, yeah, and then you got Kobe Bryant, you got Kevin Hart,
Yeah.
you know, of course McMill, you know.
Yeah, Uzi, like it's a bunch of unicorns that come out this city, and I think besides it being the sixth biggest city, it's just a lot of different avenues that you can tap into Philly that allows us to shine.
Yeah, do you feel like it's also like, I don't know, like for example in NYC, like in Brooklyn, like you got Nas, you got like I feel like some harsh conditions kind of make like you know how they say that the roads grows through the concrete.
Yeah.
Like roads had to break through the concrete. Like and it's more beautiful because of that. Like sometimes you need those harsh conditions.
Iron sharpen iron, you know.
Yeah.
Diamond in the rough. All the cliche sayings. It's true though, because if you're shaped by hardship and able to bounce back and get on the other side tenfold, you taking a whole bunch of lessons with you that you're always gonna move forward. Which is why you have such a shine to you. Because when you see them type of battles in the future, they can't come here no more. You already got the playbook. You seen the film.
Yeah, so it's funny because we wouldn't have all this great music, talented artists without going through that tough time or growing in a tough environment. So it's something about Philly, you know.
Something about Philly.
But it's not all like harsh, you know. It's just a lot of. I bet you can talk about it more than me. About I've been here 3 years in Philly. I enjoy my time here, you know what I mean? But, I heard the good and the bad. I seen the good and the bad overall, but the treatment, the people, they're amazing. The like when the weather's good, everyone's happy, but of course like it gets crazy out there too.
Yeah, I think Philly's so cool. Philly's so G because it's very cold. It's a very cold city. I mean, it's a Muslim city, right?
Yeah.
So it moves with a certain order. And one thing about this city is you're going to get back what you give out. So, I tell everybody, I'm good wherever I go. And I don't say that to be big and bad. That's because I move with love, I move with a smile. I move trying to get to know the next man because that's kin. And you give off the same type of energy. That's why we kicked off so well. So that's what I receive when I'm outside. And I guarantee you move the same way, you do the same things now. It's still Philly. Bullet still got no name. It's always the wrong place, wrong time, whatever. But 9 times out of 10, you straight here, because nobody want to mess with nobody, because nobody know who that person is. Anybody get popped, so.
Now, I remember when I first moved here and I was exploring the city, I had my camera, and I was walking through City Hall, and I met this guy, shout out to, I think his name was Juice, or that was how I knew him, and he just walked right into me, hey, you a photographer? Follow me. And he was like, hey, take a picture. I was like, over here, started like a photo shoot right on the spot.
Yeah.
And I was like, that brotherly love, that welcoming love, I was like, that was like the moment for me.
Yeah.
They say like you get that welcoming moment.
Yeah.
For me, that was. I also got the other side of it where like my car got stolen.
That happens too.
Yeah.
That's any city though, you know what I mean?
Right.
Especially whipping a kid. But it's funny that you said, somebody jumping out brotherly love. I actually just met this one talented artist. His name Will, forgive me, I don't remember the last, but y'all probably know him. He's a guitarist. He be on the city, right there on Broad Street, and seen him on the train randomly going to Horsham, out the city, past Horsham, on the regional. His aesthetic was so crazy. So I'm like, yo, bro, let me take a picture, please. Like, woo, took the picture, showed it to him. He was fucking with it. He was like, oh, give me your information, band, cost a gram. Now I'm like, oh, dang, that's another artist in the city I'm following. I'm in tune. I get to know you just stepping out and speaking to people.
Yeah.
Open so many just doors and.
Yeah, definitely. Like that love, like you said, like we're supporting each other.
Right.
I mean, there's always the competition, right? We are competitive creatures, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, but there's like we also like, hey, I want to like, that it's like if you're a person that loves music, loves art, then you ain't gonna hate on someone else, right?
No, because you still moving your own motion. I look at it like any type of, for better word, fraternity. But say if it's in the NBA or the NFL, right? It's only one championship. It's only one MVP. You got all these people in the same league fighting for them stats, them accolades. But that's all what it is, just accolades. When it comes to what we're able to do, our purpose, the magic we can make, the people we can impact and touch, there ain't no competition in that. You know what I mean? I smile just to see everybody find their own niche, their own way to do the same
Mhm.
thing I'm doing and playing with words to touch the soul. So like,
Exactly.
ain't no
Playing words to
competition
touch
with
your
that.
soul. I love that because I'm a poet.
Yeah, a good
And
one,
you
too.
do poetry too.
Yeah, I
like-
started as a poet. I still do poetry, spoken word. I'm a published author. I mean, still be bodying spoken
Oh,
word.
so you started as a poet and then you got into making music.
Got into music. Got into music for the
Because
poetry.
I've been like lately, I've been seeing like you make it like out there performing your music.
Yeah.
But I did see some of your poetry at with TJ,
Yeah.
his open mic.
Shout out
to
Newport's News.
Newport's News, yeah.
TJ in the building, folks.
Definitely.
It's funny that you say that though, because like you literally is like, I seen you getting more attention with the music, but that's why I just did music, because I'm a poet, and I mean, poetry, my philosophy is the what I want to pass on, but I wasn't getting enough attention for that.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to really care about poetry, especially when you have stuff like mine. So I'm like, I'm
I've
just
noticed
music.
that. And as a poet, I'm like, you see other people really dedicated to their craft,
Yeah.
and first you gotta be dedicated, super dedicated, and then you gotta see like some results because you're like in a basically like you're at the NFL Combine, you know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
You try to earn it, like you showing yourself, you showing what you got. You going to open mics, and it's not only about like writing. You also got to deliver, and like that's what I've been working on because I see other people. That's one thing though. I go to open mics and I get inspired,
Yeah.
like that. I'm just going like I'm just gotta go see what happens. Like I haven't been writing in a while. And then I go, I'm like,
You get
damn.
It makes you want to go home and get to work, yo.
Like,
Yo,
people-
I love fire poets. Poetry always be my blood. I love poetry more than rapping and making music, honestly. But I just like writing in general. But it's certain poets, you know what I mean? Ugly Steven, the Poet Boys, many more Poet Boys, many more.
Yeah.
But that I see them and I'm like, yo, gotta get my pen. Crosby, shout out to you, cause it sparks me. That's where my competition come in. I hear somebody get nasty with words. I'm like, no, I'm going in like, nah.
Yeah.
And I love that, yo. And you get that from open mics. That's why I feel like I don't care how big you get, you should always pop up to an open mic, work out that pen, but just be around that vibe, that community, cause somebody gonna spark you, yo.
Yeah, it's like Kobe Bryant going to like what's it called, Ruckus Park. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You ain't dropping 50 on people's head.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm still out here, you know.
Yeah, everybody gotta get that street work. It goes back to that foundation, having some rough foundation,
Right. Yeah, man. So, yeah, that's true. Cause when I do poetry, like I feel that it's more like you can like always turn it up a notch, turn it into music basically. So you went from poetry to music. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, so as a poet, as a hip hop artist, or what? How do you define your
Man,
music?
that's what my team been trying to do the same thing, They just like, yo, how we really marketing you? Because I write pop songs. I'm a writer. I write songs for actual bands, and I do the same thing for myself. If it's a pop song, I just get singers and rap on it. But we just gonna justify it as hip hop artists, right?
Yeah.
Easier said than done. But I do got songs crossing multiple genres,
Okay.
and I was just like making what I like,
So what sort of inspirations you had like growing up, like that got you into poetry? I would say. I mean, I guess being in a city like Philly,
Yeah.
you see it all around. Or?
Yeah, I mean, Philly is just an artistic city in whole. Like, if you just actually open your eyes and take the time and just walk through it, you see it, you feel it. It's the energy, so it's kind of in the blood. But as artist-wise, inspiration, like, it was really like Charles Hamilton growing up when I was younger, and I know it's wild. Like, I'll be saying that, and people either
Charles
like,
Hamilton?
he was both from New York.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he
What kind
never
of music
really
he
made it. He makes hip hop, but he made
okay.
he made like teenage angst depressed hip hop.
I'm gonna go check it out after this.
Type shit. Pink Lava Lamp. That's a good joint to
Okay.
tap into.
All right.
But it was more of an emotional feel, and then of course Lil Wayne, just cause the way he played.
Oh
with
yeah, I
words.
love Lil Wayne.
Like-
I mean, I grew up on Lil Wayne.
Yo, me too. And to this day, I'm like, if it comes to just rapping, like forget subject, Wayne the best rapper. Ain't nobody better.
Yeah, he was like, he was putting this stuff out there for like
Killing it.
like
Decade.
the LimeWire at that time. When I remember I was like on LimeWire seeing what else he dropped.
Yo,
Trying to
you
download
was
that shit.
risking all the viruses on your parents' computer. You was risking downloading some wild with nasty
I get the
videos
best MP3
just
burn.
so you can get like what's it, dedication too,
Yeah.
But Wayne had that on lock. He had that effect for a long period of time, man.
For real, yeah. And he doesn't get the recognition he does because he didn't drop the hottest albums. You know what I mean?
No, but people sleep on the Carter too, yo. top to bottom. Shout out to Gilly, first half. But
yeah.
people sleep on the Carter 2 though. That's a classic album in my opinion. People talk about the Carter 3. I'm like, you're crazy. I got so many skits. Carter 2 is legendary.
Well, Carter 2, that remind me what
Hustler music.
Oh,
Fireman,
okay.
Intro. Outro.
Okay.
The jump with Robin Thicke. Like, come on now. More
Yeah.
Fire Weezy. Like, come on now.
Oh yeah, not for sure.
Bangers on bangers.
Damn. Yeah. What about like now? Like, what do you think about like who's your favorite artist now?
Jinkies.
Like, or do you still listen to like you still go back to the people like that you been listening to? You know.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely kind of listen to the music. I know I definitely tap into like kind of new age. I live under a rock for real, so I'm not tapped in enough. Like when it comes to new artists, it gotta be introduced to me. A lot of these new artists.
Eminem just dropped today.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay, what's it called?
It's called The Death of Slim Shady.
Oh, the whole album.
Yeah.
I still gotta hear that song people was talking about. Was that John good?
So I just started listening to it on my way over here. Actually, I didn't want to listen to it. I was like, I'm not ready to listen to Eminem right now because he
not wordsmith.
And I didn't want to be. I want to be mentally ready for it because I feel like he's like you know like and I want to enjoy it. I don't want to listen to like in a way where like
rushing it.
Yeah. And I started checking it out, and he's Eminem, dropping his lyricism. He's definitely like the Death of Slim Shady. I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it's about like his egos, like his ego, like him as Slim Shady, him as Marshall Mason.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
he got them all rapping. So he got like M rapping some, Slim rapping some, Marshall rapping some.
He dropping name dropping in there. He's
okay.
calling everybody out. Cancel culture too.
Okay.
He's going into for everyone like. All the things he can't say.
Yeah.
All the things he can't say because cancel culture would come for you. He's like, I don't give a damn.
He jumping window. I like it. I mean, he got the respect. I mean, he OG in this game. He already did everything stamped. Oh, wait, I think he's still, the highest selling rap album or whatever in history?
Yeah.
Fact check me. I know he was fighting with Nelly for a long time.
Okay.
Random ass Nelly. Shout out to you. But he got his respect, so he can do what he want. I'm going to give it a check. I'm going to have to look it up.
Okay, yeah. I mean, what about Lupe? You like Lupe?
I like old Lupe. Yo, Kick and Push, Sunshine, Tokyo. Like that Lupe, my bad. That was my Lupe. Like that was up there with back then with Charles and them. But I haven't heard too much Lupe lately. I know he's still fine.
Yeah, I got into him like through Spotify, plays like random algorithm. Just Lupe comes out like Mr. Mural and Mrs. Mural or something like that, like those two songs.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I didn't know he was this good.
Yeah.
Cause I listened to his what's called the one about skateboarding, the
Kick Push.
Kick Push.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's dope, but it never got me because I was like, I'm not a skateboarder or anything like that. I grew up in the country.
Oh, so it was a whole different. I fell in love with Kick Push because I think it just captivated my inner city youth era where I'm just wandering, finding my own space in this big city that kind of don't want me nowhere.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I was gonna bring that up. I feel like the city kind of has that, where growing from the country, you don't see how skateboarding became so big, but living in the city, you see why, because you're able to, it's mode of transportation, but also a mode of enjoying your.
Yeah, it's just, it's a freedom to breathe. I bet you asked a lot of people that you wouldn't even imagine at some point they got on a skateboard and was trying to skate for a little bit. I definitely was skateboard bored for a minute. I still could pop, shove it, all that,
Dope, yeah. Yeah, so, man, so what's, so we talk about your music, your inspirations. Let's talk about the times, man. What for example, politics. How do you feel about living in America today, bro?
It's crazy. So I've been doing a great job for a long time of managing what I can do in my life, finances, and job wise to live as legally and logically outside of the natural beat. So I think about today America like I thought about last week, like I thought about 10 years ago America. Yeah. To me, nothing's really the same. It's just different paint.
Doesn't matter who the president is?
No.
I mean, to a certain point it doesn't, but I feel like, well, I used to be like I went back and forth. I used to not like care, and then like Trump like kind of like started like ringing bells like, oh shit, like what's going on? Like how did Trump become president? You start like doing more research and like seeing what's going on, and you learn so much about all the corruption, everything that's going on behind the fact that a lot of people were like us, like, oh, we don't care what's going on, but they take advantage of that, like when people are not looking.
Yeah.
And all these policies and like now like seeing like jobs going overseas, like people losing their jobs here, like prices going up because of that, the economy being affected.
It's crazy. But look, I don't want it to be, I don't want nobody to misinterpret it as a lack of care.
Right,
Because,
yeah.
You gotta, especially someone like me, I love wisdom, I gotta chase it. If I'm deciding to detach, it's for a reason. So you gotta look in everything. You gotta look into everything. But to me, red, blue is a pill. Either way, you're taking something to put you to sleep. Like you said, they be passing policies in the middle of a big distraction. If
Right.
you're looking, if you actually read everybody's platforms, which they have, which they allow you to do, which they know you won't, we don't even read like our agreements for our phones. They tell you exactly what's going on, what they're trying to accomplish, and you probably be like, yo, that's actually wild, and it really don't matter what kind of figurehead they put in front of it. So.
Yeah.
What I believe in is us, our communities. It starts in the home from the mirror and it spreads outwardly, and definitely local elections, tapping them. That's the easiest way to have a
That's a good
lasting
point.
foundation.
Like it's about like building a community. Like we're not doing that, and like here in Philly, it's happening.
It's happening
Like
slowly.
it's happening. Like in like it's happening if you go to like certain pockets. Like in certain like I bet it's not just in Philly, but it's like we definitely need to tap into that and be part of it, because that's how we're gonna like that's how we're gonna find success. And like you had Black Wall Street at one point, you know what I mean, and then the government came and destroyed that over
I
there,
say which would never happen again. You had a couple Black Wall Street. What the
Right.
government do? Bombed them both. Which party did it? Both. So it really
Yeah.
don't actually matter. But one thing I will say is like, just keep tapping on what you're saying. We have the power, y'all. And
Yeah.
our reliance on certain sections of America has set us back when it comes to tapping in with each other, And we're so isolated now for a reason, and it's not a good one. Because we don't have perspectives no more. We think we have all these different outside views and perspectives, but we don't. No, you have an algorithm view of which you already curated to force feed your own understanding by yourself with no experience. Tap into a friend, go meet your neighbor, say what's up, get some shit.
Right. And yeah, because like people selling like here, like instead of buying from like a corporation, you get shop locally. There's a lot of people here like with their business.
Yeah.
And, like,
You used to talk about the food trucks,
exactly.
Yeah.
And like keep that money in the community. Keep that money in the community. And
No money in, no money out.
yeah. Like if it's going to the corporation, they're gonna give it to the politicians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Whatever they want, But
Yeah, and they don't even pay their employees as much as they should. So anyway, let's talk. Okay, another thing I want to bring up is
But vote. I do want to say vote. Hey, yo,
Vote.
participate, especially if.
hey, I don't
that's
even know
what
who to
you
vote
do.
for. That's why I brought it
I
up.
bet you don't either. But hey, if that's what you do,
Yeah.
stand tank.
Yeah, so I'm still like, I was actually leaning towards like Trump, because the way Biden is moving, I'm like, what the fuck, right? But they're talking about this Project 2025, where he's like
Yeah, about that.
trying to like deregulate like a lot of like funding for like all these things that that we rely on, and then like he's trying to like basically deport everyone that's considered an immigrant, and so many other things like so. It's a lot of people are like have read like the whole Project 2025 thing. I haven't really looked into it. I just like Google it and all that. But yeah, like they have their plan. They have their plan of like how they have their idea on how they want the like the conservatives, the way they think. It's like, oh, foreigners are destroying, like too many people are coming into here and changing the culture and all this shit. That's happening here. That's happening in the UK.
Culture, which is fun. Like America literally is a melting pot.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
What's our food dish? Like, what's American food? you can't name it. Yeah, if you want to say burgers and fries, sure, trash, but it's really just
Right.
all this. It's Spanish food, it's Korean food,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's soul food. It's all of it. And that's what
And then
I-
like, how many people like, for example, all this construction going on? How many Latinos are out there, you know,
Right.
doing construction? You know,
Yeah.
like imagine deporting all the Latinos. You
Shit,
know,
our potholes already drawing, dog.
exactly. Like construction already moving slow.
Right, you know what I mean?
No.
Like, come on now. Nah, don't do that.
Yeah. Like, and even farmers, like white farmers are like, hey, I rely on this people because, you know, I can't afford to pay like a normal American, you know.
But look, we always have places for everybody in this country, for real, and we got the space if it's allowed. That's the thing. Certain people don't want it allowed for whatever reasons, but that's none of my business, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
I already made a promise to my cell phone because I know they be listening. I'm out the way. Y'all got no beef with me. Don't put me on no radar or nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm sleep.
Hey, you making friends with your FBI agent.
You know, like I'm sleep. I don't know nothing. You know what I mean? Don't know nothing. I just rap.
Yeah, my phone, you know, baby, we red flagging that motherfucker.
Like shit, right?
Yeah.
I know I got pictures on somebody's wall, yo. Don't take no pictures of me. I just rap, yo.
Okay, you just rap, don't fuck with him.
You're right.
Yeah. Now, what about like, for example, like you as an artist, like AI? How you feel like that's affecting like the future of music and everything? Like, and it, not even AI, like also like the way like platforms, like, you know, you got Spotify, you got YouTube, how they don't really pay their artists and as much. Like, you feel like AI might have some impact. 'Cause, you know, they had like for example, when Drake beef, he used some AI, you know, technology,
Yeah,
and then like a lot of beefs were dropping that were AI, and people were like, this is not Kendrick and all this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, but they kind of sound like it.
A little bit.
A little bit.
That part, I was thinking to myself, the only thing, I don't actually care for what I do. You know what I mean? It's already
Yeah.
written, yo. We
Yeah.
walking into the future. But for what I do, I don't care. Now, if you're an artist, like a visual artist, I think they have it the worst. Because just the quick replication of what they can do to actually take time and skill. But one thing you can't recreate is real shit, yo.
Right.
And AIs and computers, they can't do what we can do. I think people should, before it's too late, and it's already kind of too late when it started, y'all should have been selling AI features. The ones that know how to do it, y'all should have been having virtual overs over different artists and flipping 16s for like bills. Y'all didn't do it. It might be too late now. But when it comes to what I do as a rapper, you can't. The computer and AI, it only picks up from what it already knows, what it already learned. So then it starts learning from itself. So then it eventually goes dumb. A computer can't rap how I can rap. They don't got the inflation that I got. You know what I mean? They don't got the
They
hard
can't
rap.
switch it up like.
They can't do what I can do. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I ain't worried about it.
That's the beauty about being a human. Like, you can't be replicated by AI because you're like doing this da 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 da, and then like a dot comes in and you're like, oh, I'm gonna swerve this way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like AI got that ability. To,
AI got a script to it, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like as a human, I do too. Luckily, my script came with free will. And I can use that and incorporate that in my art and how you said. I can jump around, da 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 da.
Exactly,
I'm not
yeah.
on no track.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do it in my poetry, but like I don't know, like I'm writing, and then like time to switch it up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So
As a businessman though, because I am my own team, and I do appreciate the ease that AI has been.
I've been using like ChatGPT.
I haven't used that yet though, cause I just hate robots. But like I've created my own video. It's just off AI, real
Right.
quick, just for my poetry videos and stuff
Yeah,
like that. And have
I
like
use
15
that,
minutes.
yeah.
Ain't pay y'all, I'm not paying y'all. You shouldn't let me screen grab.
Yeah, I mean, it does help for the ones that are not like don't have the
actual
the
tools.
experience,
Yeah.
tools, yeah. So in a way, it is replacing a lot of like outsourcing to like finding people on Fiverr or like finding someone to like edit your stuff or like do your video. You know, instead you can like just use this use this platform right here that's that you can do it for like $20 a month or something like that. So I mean,
paying a robot, but even that's still not the same. Like I ain't paying a robot. Don't let me be able to screen grab. But like even that was just stock footage, woo, it's repetitive, it don't got no heart to it, it feels robotic, you know what I mean? It look robotic. Ain't nothing different than me hitting up an extra videographer, hitting you up like, yo, bro, I need a video, I need a documentary. Ooh, how much it costs, it don't matter, because I seen you set up. I know that you got that feel to match the eye. AI don't got that.
Yeah, a lot of times it's just going with the intuition, you know? Like, I don't think AI got the intuition.
No.
I don't know if you ever, like, in your work, like, when you're at the studio, like, you're working with the producer, and all of a sudden, like, things just come together on their own, right?
All the
it's
time.
crazy, right?
It's literally all the time, and yo, shout out to Chris Templant in the building. That's my producer, and I stuck with him because that intuition, that feeling, and his ability to take what's in my head.
Yeah.
Not only bring it to life and make it sound like I had the sound, but then he'll have the feeling like, oh, I need to put this here. I need to put this right here. And then I hear it, and I'm like, oh, shit. Like,
it just comes
and then
together.
It's going there when you've done this. Like, and then it's also that's why it's also having a person. It's been plenty of times in the studio. Some of my best songs is because he said, no, keep going. Do one more. Shit, I didn't have to prepare. And a computer can't tell me that shit.
Right.
I say I'm done. The computer like, yes, sir. Booting down. He was like, no, keep going. Keep pushing.
Exactly.
Boom, westbound drop. Like, shit like that.
Yeah. Like a human giving, like, like when two people come together, like the magic, the
energy.
The energy,
Currency,
synergy.
the synergy, all that currency. That's all that is, yo. That's what we said earlier. We was talking about wealth, and I'm saying, yo, wealth is not just paper, yo. They call money currency. You know, they make it rain. You know, type shit. It's all energy, and you can get that in many, many, many facets.
Right. If you got that energy, it's gonna keep flowing.
It's gonna flow, and so
it's about creating that flow, right? Okay. Yeah. All right. So another thing I want to bring up was like, I'll be on social media. You know, everybody using social media, and you see a lot of talk about like between men versus women. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on, man?
What's going on was what we talking about earlier, yo. Them peoples don't. Hey, I don't got no smoke with y'all. I'm just a rapper. Them people's trying to fuck with your mind, yo. Trying to create your perspective and trying to create understanding. Trying to make it seem like that's the wall. So what they do is they drop like these bot comments, right? These bot
You think it's
posts.
bots?
You
feel like it's like a...
It was a bot that person picked up because of the front attraction. And it keeps going and going. But you'll notice it. You'll be scrolling after a while and then you start seeing the same thing. And you always see that it's not even negative. It just sparks the opportunity for negative debate.
Yeah.
And it's wild too because like you can look at somebody following the same joint and the comments won't be the same. It's a little game.
Yeah, there's definitely some bots for sure. There's definitely some bots, but I mean, there's people that believe, like for example, like there's an argument of like, should a man go 50-50 with a woman? A woman like talking about I ain't going 50-50 with a man. But the thing I say about it is like the times have changed, but still like we haven't updated like the way we're supposed to be. But times ain't the same because women used to not be able to have a bank account. They couldn't even have a job.
Yeah.
They didn't have...
However you run it, however you feel, however you and your partner decide, that's how it's gonna be.
Right. Yeah.
That's how it's gonna be. You know what I mean? And there's no right or wrong to that. There's no moral objectivity to that, right? Now for me, I just call it ego, call it pride, call it having a Jamaican mother, a bunch of sisters. I'm the type of nigga that like I'm if it's my home, I gotta live in it anyway. I'm gonna pay the rent. I'm gonna pay the bills. Yeah. Now I hope that you're encouraged by that to like, all right, yo, I'll put some food in the fridge type shit or like whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. Or just make life easy for me. I hope that makes life easy. You make life easy for me if I can make life easy for you. But I'm more of if I can be the breadwinner. Right. I'm going to be. But if I'm down and shorty making the bread, well then yo, hold us down and I'll make sure that we bounce back.
Right. Yeah, because being a provider ain't about money, like we said. Like wealth is not just money. Right. Like a lot of the thing, a lot of guys with money have like started with money, led with money. Yeah. Like started simping with money, and and now like they basically accustomed this women to this type of lifestyle. Like but also like times were different. Like I'm saying like. But back in the day, a man could afford like paying most of the stuff. Yeah. But now the economy is crazy.
Shit, people's able to buy houses, y'all. like on a regular salary. Like crazy, right? Like your times were different, and I think it's dope. And I think it's brackets, and I think it's leagues. I'm speaking on basic, regular. It's not even no middle class no more, but just regular human bracket. Like
And then what you see on social media is like the 1%.
Right. What
You know?
what you tend to see get
Small
pushed on the
percentage.
stream is a small percentage. You know what I mean? And it's probably not your reality, which I tap into. We was never supposed to be introduced to so many different realities and cultures at one time.
Yeah.
We was never supposed to be able to do that because it fucks with your psyche sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to separate that, you know? Appreciate having it, like, okay, something I can strive for, but if I look to my neighbor, that's not dumb. If I look down the block, that's not dumb. And that be me when it's supposed to be. Everybody got their timing, so it's nothing to compete. So some people go ahead, do your trips. I like taking trips, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Nah, but it's like you said earlier, like the people on the cell phone, like checking, like listen to everything, like whoever's behind that, they also want to like create like this the division, like where you got like people, men and women against each other. You know, you got like they want to like, hey, well, like let's keep the prices up. Like when people are struggling, but the women are still like we're still pushing this narrative. So like women are like mad at men. You know what I mean?
I mean, so many ways to find this to you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's like black versus white, men versus women, like minorities, like going against each other, like, you know, even like black on black and brown on brown crime, you know what I mean? Like, it's divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer. And that's the great thing I'm quoting, but if you like in the winners and you have the spoils, which is not us, that's a great thing about having a rankism, capitalism society. You have already instilled for generations competition for the dumbest shit.
Right. There you go.
That's them folks.
And
And so when you do little things like that, you're naturally gonna jump into things that cause debate. So it's kind of our fault as well, because all those posts, they have engagement. If we wasn't engaging in them, it wouldn't be that. I'll tell you that. But since we are, I mean,
right. I mean, they create a reaction, you know.
Yeah.
They that's what they want. Like everything that's going on, like that's why I noticed. Like even what's the wars going on, like they wanted people like to like the things that are shown on social media is like to create outrage. You know, if a person is outraged, then like they ain't gonna be, you know, it's not, you know, they're not gonna be, you know, they're gonna be.
There's gonna be a lot of things, but most importantly, it just adds to the dependency, right?
Right.
If they have people feel like the outrage and there's no hope, you get somebody mad with no hope. What's that disparity? So then what they turn to a false solution, i.e., whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I'm just a rapper. I got no problems.
But what would happen if like we all like see through all this bullshit and we like, oh, we're all kind of like in the same boat, you know, we're all in the same thing and we gotta come together. Like we should stop fighting. Like what we should go against them.
That's,
you know? Like
that's
them
impossible. But I guess to
It's
answer the
impossible.
question, the Garden of Eden, like it is literally impossible. It would never happen.
It's impossible. Like January 6th, like whenever it was like that insurrection, like a lot of people are talking about like we need a revolution. Like that was the moment that we could have like came together and do that. Like sorry government, sorry, but hey, I've been preaching that. Like we need a revolution. Like because the way this shit is going, like it's like.
It's like it was written. You know what's crazy? Even if we had a revolution, it wouldn't really actually matter. That's why I'm joking. I'm like, oh, I'm just a rapper because they don't care about me. You ever watch Black Mirror?
Yeah.
I think it was season 1, and it was that episode, and they was in like that box. He was like watching TV all the time. They was being watched on the treadmill. Ooh, I forget. Long story short, the black boy, he wanted to like break out, change the system. He went crazy, went on stage, woo woo woo. Yo, they just end up making that a TV show in the Black Mirror world of him rebelling every day. Just made it a game. It took something real and authentic, and they spun it and made it theirs.
And in the Matrix too, like I think the second one,
Matrix is
where he
big
gets to the creator of the Matrix.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh, we were expecting you.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
don't get me started on the Matrix. I love the lore of that series more than the actual movies. Don't get me started because they be dropping gems, yo. Is Neo a good guy or a bad guy?
I mean, that's funny that you said that because even in superhero movies, like Batman, like Poison Ivy, like trying to like stop the pollution, you know, right? Like Batman being a billionaire and like how is he the good guy? How is he the good guy? You know, all these narratives that they sell us, like for example Thanos, like he's trying to like like his solution is crazy, but his solution is kind of like what we need. Like we need a reset.
Yeah, it might be rough, but I mean, for the greater cause, it's like that old philosophical question. Yo, do you save one person on the train tracks, or do you save a train full of people? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, you save the train full of people, but usually that one person has some emotional ties that weighs it. You know.
So yeah, is Neo a good guy or a bad guy?
Depends on what your view is. It depends on what you're actually going for. So if you actually wanted to break out of the Matrix, you know, Neo was technically the bad guy. Neo was a claw to keep the Matrix and the illusion going.
It's kind of like in a computer, like a virus.
It kind of,
Because the virus is destroying the system.
but the thing was, Neo was like, he had to be that figurehead. Yo, we're not about to spend an hour and a half on the Matrix. But Neo's a good guy if you want hope and the idea of breaking out of the Matrix, right? But the reality of the universe, Neo didn't actually matter. He was just more of a character because the Matrix always continued, and when you broke out of it, it was just a hell state.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like, what are we gonna replace the Matrix with, right? Like we see, like we all feel like it could be better, right?
Yeah.
But like, do we actually have something better, like out there? Like a lot of people want to replace capitalism with socialism. Is it really gonna be better?
You don't need no isms. For real, though. Great thing about real life and not the movie.
Bro, say he's a rapper, but he's over here preaching, man.
Yo, I'm telling you. I just be rapping for the attention for these moments. Tap in. But our actual outside, if we break out the Matrix, it's not like we're leaving the different physical realm like it was in the movie, but breaking out of our Matrix is just breaking out of our mundane, breaking out of our day-to-day. You know, when we're our natural nature, we're supposed to walk and move in the course of our intuition and our first steps, right? That's alignment. But we don't really have that time opportunity how we're set up to be. So that's our Matrix, and then the idea and perspective that we box ourselves into on our day-to-day. That's our Matrix. Having time, that's our Matrix. We can break out, and it's paradise, honestly.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, have you ever? I don't want to sound like Joe Rogan, but have you ever done mushrooms?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, it makes you kind of like realize that it is a matrix. Like there's something that.
Yo, it's always something out there. You have to be, you know what I mean, arrogantly ignorant to believe that this is just the one realm, or this is the only thing, we the only things. It's something around you, man. That's young boy. You felt it in the dark, in the sleep. You felt that. I mean, it's always something around you. So when you do shrooms and things like that, you know, it just opens up different veils for you to tap in. But be careful.
Yeah, be careful. My last trip was crazy.
Be careful.
Because it made me realize, it is like a matrix, and then it can be like it's like all this is like a sandcastle. Like we're building sandcastles. Like sandcastles are easily destroyed. Like they don't have a lot of meaning. Like, but it's meaningful to you at that moment. It's meaningful. Like everything's meaningful at the moment, but at the grand scale things, they really are not. You know.
Yeah, a lot of things don't matter, good or bad, right? I tell people who stress a lot, and I got a friend who has severe anxiety, and I be like, remember that last issue we had last week? Yeah, what happened to that? It didn't get solved, but you stopped stressing over it. What happened to that? Oh, it's cool. Oh, it worked out. Bet. Probably this one will too, you know?
That's how I like thinking.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. For real though. I bet you if you look back at a lot of your stresses that you was really tripping over it and how it came out, even if it didn't get solved how you thought, it was nothing to trip about. And that's most of our stresses.
And you know what? That's a great thing for people to take home with, from this interview, because that's how I feel too. Like, and that's how I realized, 'cause I've been through so much shit, and then another thing comes through and you're like, but then you remember, like, oh shit, I've been through all this and I survived. You know what I mean?
That part, that experience, yo.
Experience.
And people don't give themselves enough credit for that, man, because it goes back to how we first started living in this city that can be kind of rough. It shapes you, iron sharpens iron. But I have experience of what I've overcame to take with me in the future, to know that, oh, this ain't shit.
Exactly.
I beat that. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like, what are you?
Exactly. Like, it's just another thing that I gotta go through.
Another obstacle I gotta run through. Bet. You know how many walls I done broke already?
There you go. So, with that being said, man, thank you for coming through, man. It's time to wrap up the interview. So, Blake, like, tell them where they can find you and anything that you want to, leave. Let them know about what any upcoming projects that you have. You know what I mean?
Bet. Yeah, tough. Anyway, if you want to actually stay tapped in with me, the best place to do it is on Instagram, and that's really Blake's show. Once again, really, Blake's show. Them the cliff notes. If you like it there, you can stalk me. You'll find me. Otherwise, I'm outside, easily accessible. Before I leave, I just want to say, yo, this playground, this world, this realm that we live in, under the Supreme or whatever you believe, go for it. Whatever you want to do, go for it. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, young, because you can do whatever you want. They told us that when we was young bulls, and allowed us the rest of the years. You can do whatever you want, so go ahead.
They say you damn if you don't, and you're damn if you do, but you actually damn if you don't.
Baby, where you been?
Welcome to the bank.
Y'all make sure that y'all go download BB King is dropping everywhere this Saturday by the time this
Everything's
is
perfect.
right now, this Westbound. This is new single out.
Let's get into it.
Baby, where you been at?
Somewhere never been in. Standing on 10, like you said, the line of scrimmage. Somewhere in the sky where the stars are out. Debated about the sparkle, there's the eyes. Seen us tell some girl, change your mind. And I still see a pill out of body and sight. It's mine, when it's wartime, that's a gold sign. 32, I'm the one till they give me green light, right? If you know to walk the line, what a fit to die. Like we shootin' with a dive, it's good every time. Have a party when it's low, party when it's high. Cause that's the beauty of the balance, first with every time. If you know to walk the line, what a fit to die. Like we shootin' with a dive, it's good every time. You don't even wanna lie, just some even eyes. Alright, even the eyes with some curious fine. Yo.
I got what you want.
Yeah.
I got what you need. Tell me, baby, do you see me in your starry dreams? Till you hold me down, level to the ground. Give me love tenfold, cross my heart, I'll be around.
They don't want me with it, issue pre-pro to the bang, 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 cop pistol. Been like 4 years, ain't no bumping around. Keep it clipping her walk, they can step in now. Do you know what worth is? Did she put the work in? Is it really working what they talking about? Always asking all these questions, never offering hope. Kinda person you can speak or I might dick in your mouth. Man, anytime I catch a lick on me, nigga, big dog. Out the room, out there to pick it a litter. Pick her out, then we send it out. Sorry to the boy, getting high, lane swerving. We was drinking just for well. Yeah, for sure, cut a couple of was out. No remorse, try to hide me in the dark, they ain't know what's the source. If you know to walk a line, what a fit to die. Like we shootin' with a die, let's get every time. Have a party when it's low, party when it's hot. Cause that's the beauty of the balance, perfect every time. If you know to walk a line, what a fit to die. Like we shootin' with a die, let's get every time. I don't even wanna lie, just some even eyes. Alright, even the eyes with some weed is fine, yo.
I got what you want.
Hey,